Business people, what's up? It's McMaster here, bringing you guys another edition to my All the ADC series. This time, it's episode 4 with Caitlyn. I'm really looking forward to posting this, because throughout the episode I share all my best tips and tricks that I've acquired from playing Caitlyn since the beginning of my League of Legends experience. I really hope you guys find this useful, and as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy. I want to inform you guys about the Tip of the Week series, just to start it off, because if you're watching 10 minutes of this video to 20 minutes, most of you guys don't watch either of those. You usually watch like a minute in just to see any information, and then you leave. So I want to put this in the first minute, that my Tip of the Week series is now moving to Tuesday, and so yes, I will be uploading it. I'm pretty sure, I don't know, whatever, I don't know, I'm not going to say today or tomorrow, because I don't know when this will be uploaded. But this is my All the ADCs with Caitlyn. I'm hoping to have a lot of fun with you guys with commentating about this. I have some notes written down that I want to cover, and also, I felt like I did really good this game, and we're going to start it off. I want to speed it up until I get to the lane.
Shake it.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Actually, let me pause the recording really quick. I'm just gonna change my quality so it'll run faster. Okay, we're back and we're gonna start it up again. Okay, so Blitz and I were just doing a little bit of scouting, making sure that they don't invade our red buff, because with the Xin Zhao jungler,
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Bitch interrupted me. She basically gets Xin Zhao basically gets a lot of engagement off of what do you call it? Off of his red buff, so we do not want them to take our red buff. I don't know if he might ward this. I don't remember. I don't think he does. But we need to make sure that Xin Zhao gets our red buff, because then he can do effective games. And yes, I am playing with everybody on my team. This is not a ranked team match because we have a random support. It was a pre-made and normal draft. I'm gonna go back to bot lane. With Caitlyn, in my opinion, it's super easy to farm, just because you get a lot of free farm, and you don't get poked, because of course you're a massive amount of range. I want to put the directed camera on me. With Caitlyn, you will always win in exchanges early game, just because of her range and effectiveness. It's just very strong. Jarvan comes in to EQ me, and I kind of dodged it out. He has his blue buff running, so Dylan knows that his blue buff isn't up, and he didn't take red first. Dylan also knows that his red buff is up, because Jarvan was there, and he hasn't had red buff yet. So, but Dylan is at his red buff. I guess he's not taking it yet. So he's not gonna pick up Jarvan's. I have to say, Caitlyn's range is just, if you use it correctly, it'll make Caitlyn the strongest ADC. Oh, that would have been a kill there, but this Blitzcrank ended up being really good. But Caitlyn's range, if you use it to full effectiveness, you can just turn her into the best ADC, because especially against like one of these people that don't have escapes, if you get them down to a certain amount of poke, you can just like finish them off with a long range Q or an ult or something like that. Because like I'll exchange damage with Misfortune. Yeah, she'll auto attack me, and yeah, I make stupid decisions as Caitlyn. I'm not very good as Caitlyn yet, so like I don't really know like how to like auto attack back, I guess, like how to like utilize her range to the maximum effectiveness, right? So I kind of want to watch this engagement. Misfortune gets exhausted. Alistar's coming back to retaliate and doesn't be very successful. Steps on my Yordle snap trap. But for Caitlyn's range, I don't know how to use it to its full effectiveness, so I'm not that amazing with Caitlyn, because that's what makes her so good. I do know that one of the best, not one of the best, it's mostly the best starting item that you can take on Caitlyn is the Doran's Blade, just because if you're playing Caitlyn correctly, which I'm not really, you won't be taking a lot of poke, and you'll be dealing more damage, and you'll be able to sustain engagements, because poke doesn't really affect you, because you're going to outpoke them. So you'll be able to sustain engagements and be able to sustain the little amount of poke you get.
First blood.
Oh, Chase picks up first blood on the AP mid Tryndamere. Sorry if I'm hiccuping. I don't know if I have the hiccups or not, but I'm pretty sure I do. But I'm eating pasta, which I might every once in a while if I get bored or don't have anything to talk about. I have to say, Caitlyn is like really dependent on communication if you want to get a good amount of kills. Blitzcrank's landing amazing pulls, I have to say. He couldn't have done any better with that pull. It just me missing that, horribly missing that kill. I would have been able to kill her. Blitzcrank, like, landing these amazing rocket grabs is just kind of like swerving through 5 different minions and through Alistar and grabbing her. We actually win that damage exchange because they got the damage off on Blitzcrank, but we got it off on their ADC. And plus, I can get some poke up with my Q. I think about like mid-game where I start getting fed, that's where I start utilizing Caitlyn's range where they're not allowed to retaliate. I've been doing so well as Caitlyn lately. I don't know. It's something I think this game it popped in my head how to utilize her range decently. So I think I've been doing pretty good with her. Vladimir gets a kill top, and he's left on pretty low health. Now that Xin Zhao's there, I'm pretty sure Dylan picks up the kill with Xin Zhao. Does he? Don't know. No, he doesn't. Misfortune is forced to stay back because I'm utilizing my poke now, so she's down at around 300 health. The communication that you have with your team is also like mostly, of course, because you know it's late games you're doing with your team is mostly used late game. I kind of want to highlight what happened there, like. So Blitzcrank lands the pull on Alistar. While Misfortune is focusing Blitzcrank, I pick her off. He steps on one of my traps, and to be able to slow him and gain distance so I'm not too far away, I I throw my net towards him, which knocks me back in the direction of his turret. I don't take turret shots. When he flashes, it still puts me in range to auto attack him to finish him off. So we just got a 2-for-0 exchange there, which is, in my opinion, really well played by Blitzcrank and I. Put us in a pretty big lead, especially during a counter lane against me and Misfortune. As I said, utilizing Caitlyn's poke, it just makes her such a strong champion that, one second. Sorry about that, we got a bit of a disruption from the door. You guys heard the door open. So, we're trying to protect our friend Xin Zhao over here, because he's recalled me under 100 health. We actually ended up trying to steal their blue, but I'm pretty sure Jordan just makes it. So we ended up picking up a kill on Alistar, and then I flashed the ball and him, which is also really well played. There's a difference with Caitlyn between communication overall, communication with your team, and communication with support. I actually want to jump that back because that's one of the things I want to talk about. Okay, so how to engage off Blitzcrank. She pulls him. I stand next to her because I know that she might flash, or I don't know, but I'm pretty sure she might flash because people do that all the time. I keep my distance in front of them like I did with the pull with Alistar over here. Just because it gives me like, let's say, I'm going to pause the video really quick. Let's say Blitzcrank pulls right, we're both standing here, Blitzcrank pulls a Misfortune right here. I'm going to go over here, just so if she walks this way, I have this much range on her up to here. If she walks this way, I have this much range over her. So either way she goes, she's kind of screwed because I'm standing there guard. So basically, engaging off of Blitzcrank pulls with Caitlyn is mainly about your positioning. Back to communication, I have to say the communication with your team, support, and overall is a lot different because the communication with your support has to be mainly about the enemy AD carry and how they're farming, the enemy support, where they're positioned, stuff like that. We pick up another kill bot on this version. Sorry about the camera sword, but I did accidentally do that. I was trying to click on the name. Look at a face for this. Communication with the team is where you're going to land your ults, because they're going to be the ones in the front line getting people low, and they're going to be able to see all the enemies. So, you're going to need to know from them when you ult people, and communication with your team is just like normal ADCs. It's where to position yourself, where the team fights are happening. I'll be right back. Once again, another interruption. Sorry about that. The score's 11-4, and we have to go. It feels like every time I come back to lane, we're getting more kills. Like before that, I tower dived and got a double kill for double kill, which wasn't really worth it. Now we come back and get a double kill on them. Oh, I want to slow that down and skip it back. Oh, skip it back one more time. Sorry, just kind of, because it's all the ADCs episode, I kind of want to highlight some of the plays I make. So, I land some basic attacks off on her, and I land the Q just because I knew she's going to walk into it. I was afraid she was going to, like, get her speed buff, short version of her speed buff, so she would have gotten even further and might have dodged it, but she actually didn't pick that up. That's why I positioned it even further. because I was kind of afraid of that I wasn't going to secure that kill, because I didn't have my hands up. He's done an Alistar. So now we're picking up a pretty good dragon, a pretty safe dragon. Jarvan comes in and actually gets dueled by Zinzao pretty bad, pretty hard. So it's like, and he survives. I wasn't, during these kind of games, I don't really know what's happening there, because it's like, oh, the jungler's engaging on the other jungler. I'm not going to be like, move my camera and miss 10 farms. I'm mostly concentrated on my lane, unless it's like mid lane is like on their way bot. I used against Jarvan. Okay, this is another topic I kind of want to cover, because Jarvan's a really popular champion now, and if you're playing Caitlyn, you want to know how to play against him, because if he's picked, I'd say like, I'm not gonna look at the rates, but I would say like 50% of games, something like that. 1 second, I'll pause again. Sorry guys, there's gonna be a lot of pauses. I actually skipped it back 15 seconds. There's some drama happening at the house. It's pretty intense, but whatever. We won't talk about that. So I skipped it back 15 seconds, I'm gonna play it again. What I do against Jarvan is you have to know when is he like you are being out of there. You are throwing your net, jumping back, because otherwise you are getting screwed. He would have landed the knocked up on me and I would have been dead. His strength might die from this, but I won't. Yeah. So we have to sacrifice my strength for me. I said I feel really sorry, but then kind of waste my and I ended up killing and then flashing out, trying to kite Alistar to get some having his exhaust ready. So that doesn't work out very well.
Down.
She gets the shutdown, not really worth it, but you know, I was just trying my hardest to just try to make it work. I tried to duel Alistar, but ended up having to get exhaust. Didn't work out. Whenever it's 1 death for me, or 2 deaths, if we combine Blitzcrank and die. Oh, they're chasing down Vladimir. How much life does Vladimir have? Not enough to stay alive, eh? Oh, that's a bad one. I'm gonna speed it up again now that I'm dead.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
Back to lane. Blitzcrank's already engaged on the and we ended up grabbing the kill. That's the KS. The thing is, when I play with my friends, I always have Skype calls with them, and you should hear some of them. They're so funny. Dylan's like, give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that. Report it. Right as I take that kill. It's just funny stuff. If you go back to, what do you call it? The laning phase, you'll see this mostly, but I do it every once in a while now. Caitlyn, you have to, like I said before, you have to utilize her range, but you have to know how to harass with her skill set. As in, like I said before, and yep, you have to know how to harass with Caitlyn because it's so important with her skill set. It's so easy to. The best thing to do is once you land an auto attack, you can just basically do, like, you can Q auto attack and you'll drop them pretty damn low. The crits with her passive, I don't really recommend using it on the enemy champion because it only does 150%. Well, if you land on a minion, it does 250%. So usually you could try to use them on siege minions or like the tankier minions to save, like you're on your turret or something like that. Like if you saw that it was at half health. The siege minion was at half health and it killed it. 250% damage. I'm doing this over and over again where he just it wasn't. It's kind of I didn't miss the pull, but we ended up getting pretty low, and I had to die from misfortune. She did her little flash combo in. Wasn't the best of positioning by me. Games can't be perfect. They can be pretty good.
Killing spree.
Blitzcrank actually has red buff from killing the Jarvan earlier. So at this point, we're almost secured the win because I'm 13-3, 20 minutes in, and our mid laner is 5-2. Our top laner is 3-2, and most of their team is kind of shut down. I can't fast forward anymore because I think I have to load. I'm actually gonna try to pause the recording and see if I can try to make it load. Nope, it's not gonna work out. I'm sorry I can't skip it forward anymore. This is gonna be a bit hard to commentate. That's why I'm gonna. At this point, there's not a lot of people still watching, so I guess it's safe to say that I can eat my pasta in peace. And no, Alistar did not kill Zinzao 3 times. There's a little bit of a bug with that. I love him. Oh, God. The other game matters. So thank you guys so much for watching this horrible game. Played horribly by me. No, I'm kidding. Major props to the Blitzcrank. What's his name? Wasted Mine? With a Y? Instead of, I don't know. You can Lucas right up there. Major props to him. He basically won us the lane, plus I don't want to give too much props to myself, because it's like, especially in my own videos, I don't want to pump myself up. I don't want to, like, make myself seem better than I actually am. And also, this Blitzcrank did basically secure most of the kills for me, landed amazing pulls, and he did a lot. Well, thank you guys for watching anyway. Our team, we kind of, not necessarily a stomp, but we did majorly well that match. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the fourth. It's the 4th episode of All the 80 Carries. I'm sorry it's been so long that I've made one of these, but it's just that I haven't really gotten amazing gameplays or, like, good enough gameplays, like 14.3, to upload to you guys. If you want, like, worse gameplays and more often, not worse, but, like just pretty good gameplays and more often, then you guys can comment that. I'm putting my link of my stream and my Twitter down below. Check those out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Work is done, business people. Goodbye.